and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me today is my co-host, Joel Meyer. How are we doing today, Joel?
Doing all right. Just finished watching some boring Champions League. Got out of Madrid, taking care of Manchester City, which was a nice win there. It's going to be an epic quarterfinal against Bayern Munich. Hopefully Bayern comes through. Got a lot of stuff on them, but other than that, finally finished the Godfather trilogy last night.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, the first two are just absolutely colossal, tremendous films, and the third doesn't touch them, but I also think that it doesn't get nearly enough love as it should. In fact, I think it gets way too much hate. I don't know if it's just because it can't compare to the first two that it gets so much hate. I guess it's over the top. The acting isn't as good.
Well, when you have two classics, like the third one is like there's always going to be one that's in anything. Like you're comparing it to two amazing things. Like the third one's always going to be like going to get some hate.
Right, exactly. The same thing happened to True Detective. I still enjoyed the second and third seasons. Fourth was absolute trash, but it's because the first season is so good that the others get unfairly treated. But yeah, same thing with The Godfather. But I still love it. I mean, it is over the top, but in like a melodramatic kind of operatic way that the Italians are so good at. I mean, it's a tragedy, and it's absolutely fitting that it was it led up to an operatic performance there with Michael Corleone's son. But yeah, love that film. Always gets me at the end. Well, when the daughter dies.
Spoilers. Jesus Christ.
I know. I forgot about that. It's been a while since I watched it. But yeah, so and I finished that in one go. That was almost 3 hours, and I finished it in one go. It helps that the Avalanche were down 6-2. Yeah, so I got this early start.
That's what I was going to say. Even before you brought up, like, did you get a chance to finish it last night? Because you said you were going to after the Avalanche went down, and yeah, Avalanche down 6-2 going into the third, lose 7-2. Evgeny Malkin just a beast in his return to the lineup there. So Avs got a big game coming up on a Wednesday. Top of the show, of course, make sure you check out the March Madness stuff going on at the SGPN, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket for $5,000 in prizes, and then a Survivor contest giving out $25,000 at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. We got the first four games, I think, starting right now, right? I think there's a game starting at 6 o'clock between Howard and whoever else for the 16 seed. I know Joel has a lot of basketball talk we'll get into later, and by we, I mean him, because I have not looked at anything. No puck bucks to go over, but I will show them up on the screen for those of you that did not catch the show last night and you're watching live here on YouTube. It's about the 3-minute mark here. Make me for watching live. If you're watching after, it doesn't matter. Here's what we got for tonight. And I guess the big news from today was Leon Draisaitl going to be out for the rest of the regular season. Did you see that news and fade the Oilers at all?
No, I mean, we touched on it last night, right?
Well, we did. We touched on that he would be out for some time, which we never know what that means from Knobloch. But now that he's out the rest of the regular season, I feel like that's kind of major news for the Oilers.
For sure. I didn't think that'd be that significant, but we'll see if Knobloch's telling the truth this time. You never know. You could be back in a week with this guy. But it's funny. I was watching Overdrive a little bit, and they were talking about the Hart Trophy odds. This is one of the top 3 hockey shows, I guess, in Canada, and they were bringing up how this actually helps McDavid's case. And they were saying like if he like carries the Oilers to a solid playoff position, he puts up a ton of points. That's his narrative right there. And then as we're watching, of course, the odds go down from 1,100 to 800. And yeah, so all of a sudden we have to worry about this fucking guy McDavid again. The Oilers take off. So
okay, he's 1,200 at the score still. If you want to get it on that, because yeah, the Oilers are 9-1 to win the division. So if they win the division, McDavid carries them. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, okay, McDavid. Just when we thought it was Big Mac versus Little Mac, we got McDavid crawling back in there.
Just when we thought he was out, pulled him back in.
Exactly there. But yeah, we'll try to get into some team futures later in the show as well. That Pacific Division is kind of crazy there. We do have Archer. He's not joining us live on the podcast, but he is joining us live in the chat. He's saying, yeah, pass McDavid Hart. Yeah, I don't really think he has much of a chance, but
yeah, I'm not saying to bet him. Just
no.
I don't want any.
You can't completely rule him out now. is the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he could easily go on a tear there and win them in the Pacific. Because Pacific wide open. You got the Knights and Ducks both around plus 150. Oilers 7-1. Got the Atlantic. We'll talk about Tampa Bay versus Buffalo pretty much, and then maybe some Eastern Conference futures there because there is some not what's the word in the market like the Hurricanes and Lightning have too much. Is there liquidity? No, it's just
Equity.
equity. There's equity. Yes,
Sorry, I
equity.
was kind of zoned out there. I know what you're
No,
talking about.
equity is what I work for. There's you they're taking up too much equity, as you said. The Lightning and the
In what?
Hurricanes are in the Eastern Conference futures.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh
Yes.
yeah, so we're already into that.
Well, no, I'm saying I'm just previewing what we're doing
Oh,
later on after
right.
we get through the 6 games. We'll do that later. Yeah, let's get into the 6 game slate here for Wednesday, March 18th, starting here at 7 p.m. Got the Pittsburgh Penguins plus 142 at the Carolina Hurricanes minus 170. Ooh, under 6.5 minus 125. Over 6.5 plus 105 here. This is a back-to-back for the Hurricanes. They are in Columbus tonight. Looks like Brendan Bussey is starting this one. So Freddie Anderson tomorrow against the Penguins. Penguins not quite coming back home though, but coming back from the West Coast. Just played in Colorado, played in Utah there, but had days off between all those games. They started their road trip in Carolina, got a 5-4 shootout loss in that one, ending it there as well. Now, Carolina has been a team that is, I think, generally good on back to backs, but their last back to back, they lost in Calgary after winning in Edmonton the night before, and now on back to backs this season, they are 5-5-1. So I think this is a spot where you can kind of take the Penguins. Penguins plus 142. I think that is a little bit too high here with the Hurricanes on the back to back in Columbus tonight. So they are coming back home, and Columbus should give them a good fight. So I will throw 15 bucks on the Penguins here at plus 142.
If I had to take a side, it would be the Pens for a lot of the reasons you said. No, tough coming back from Denver, just a day in between. But like I said, the Hurricanes are on the back track themselves, and they're playing the better goalie tonight. Although, like I said in the last show, Freddie Anderson was absolutely brilliant against the Lightning in the last one. But I don't know if he can do that 2 games in a row. My favorite bet here, by far, is the over 6.5 plus 105. 25 bucks there, 2 over teams. I don't know why this is plus money. I don't assume that'll close at plus 105. But yeah, I really like that one, especially with Freddie Anderson net. Like I said, Penguins have a good power play. Kane's penalty kill is nowhere near what it used to be, and yeah, their defense is also not what it used to be in general. So yeah, 2 potent offenses as well. So yeah, I don't understand this line at all. It should be like minus 115 in my opinion. So yeah, we'll do a bigger bet there on the over 6.5.
Yeah, no, that's a great bet there. I would copy it, but I'm going to We're kind of going head to head now in the puck bucks for this season, so I'm not going to copy that one. That is a good bet though. I didn't even look at the total, but the Penguins have gone over now. 5 straight games, should be another high scoring one. All right, down to 7 o'clock again. Got the New Jersey Devils minus 115 at the New York Rangers minus 105. Over 5.5 minus 135. Under 5.5 plus 114. Joel, what you got?
Well, Devils are playing like one of the better teams since the break. I mean, their underlying numbers don't really suggest that, but if you watch the games, they're in all of them. It's just that their goaltending continues to undermine what they're doing offensively. Jack Hughes has been an absolute fire since scoring his OT winner there in Milan. And yeah, the Rangers, they had a good road trip, but now the JT is back in town. Not so good. They got smoked by the Kings. Yeah, Rangers have been bad at home all year long. So yeah, give me 20 bucks there on the Devils as they keep charging for their very remote playoff chances, but at least they have a chance, I guess. But the Rangers certainly do not. So yeah, good rivalry game here. Devils a much better team. That's the way I'm going. And yeah, the total is about right. I mean, it's tough with Markstrom, how hit and miss he's been. He made a couple great saves that I saw against the Bruins, but also a couple just utter whiffs. So yeah, nothing on the total, but I do like the Devils money line.
Yeah, I like the Devils money line here as well. Going to take them for 15 bucks. Or no, yeah, 15 bucks there. Just playing better hockey here. Rangers have been getting outshot. They finally Saw that come to a head there against the Kings, 4-1 loss at home. Devils won the first meeting 6-3 10 days ago here in New Jersey. So I would look to that over depending on the goalie matchup. If it is Jonathan Quick instead of Shesterkin, I'd probably like that over a little bit more, but just 15 bucks on the Devils at minus 115 for now. And yeah, they would be right in the thick of the playoff race in the West, but in the East, they're a little too late for the Devils. Oh, did you see that Jack Hughes is crying about his golden goal puck being at the Hall of Fame instead of him having it?
No, I did not see that.
Let me find it here. Jack Hughes from ESPN. Jack Hughes wants the Hockey Hall of Fame to give him the puck from his gold medal winning overtime goal. I'm trying to get it. Like, that's bullshit that the Hockey Hall of Fame has it, in my opinion. Why would they have that puck? Meanwhile, they also have the Crosby stick, puck, podium, and net from his goal, and Jim Craig's pads and Dave Christian's jersey from the Miracle on Ice. So, like, there is precedent for stuff to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Like, just it's bigger than you, Jack.
Yeah, I don't think he has a case there. I'm with the Hockey Hall of Fame on this one.
Yeah, it's not your puck. All right, down here to 7:30. Got the Ottawa Senators minus 115 at the Washington Capitals minus 105. Over 6.5 minus 105. Under 6.5 at minus 115 here. Another game between two kind of similar teams. I mean, a little bit better than the Devils and the Rangers have been this season. Senators still very much have some playoff chances, as we talked about last night. They've won 2 in a row, 5 of 6. Been very good since the break. Capitals sold off John Carlson, been kind of alternating wins and losses recently. Are much better at home, 20-11-4. Ottawa 18-12-4 on the road here. Ottawa won the first 2 meetings 7-1 in Washington and then 4-3 at home. Don't think there's many injuries for either side here. So
just Jake Sanderson.
Oh, Sanderson is still out for Sanderson is still out for Ottawa. That is kind of key there. But it's really just down to Allmark and net if he can show up or not. I think Ottawa should be bigger favorites. I think they do have more to play for here with potential playoff spot in their grasp. So I'll put 15 bucks on another road minus 115 favorite here in the Senators. Let me glance at the total to make sure there's not a play I'm missing. Under, if anything, Thompson has been better, but don't trust these teams.
Thompson has been better indeed, but you know which way I'm going. It's our Sens. Minus 115, I think, is a great price for them, considering how well they played really all season long. Now that they're getting goaltending, I love that. I'm sure we'll go over this again when we discuss futures, but yeah, Senators, 25 bucks there at minus 115. I think it's a great bet. Capitals have lost a lot of momentum, certainly since they lost John Carlson's kind of a deflating moment there. Sometimes can happen when a team in the playoff mix loses a key piece. Sands got all the momentum. Capitals certainly do not. But and Allmark too. Like you say, Thompson's playing better. Allmark's playing a lot better since his little mental rehab break, whatever it was. Love the Senators here. I guess I agree with you on the under 6.5, but I'll just stick with the Ottawa money line for now.
Yes, since the Olympic break, you got expected goals for share. You got Dallas, Carolina, Vegas, and then Ottawa right there in fourth. So they've been playing some good hockey. All right, we are brought to you by what we got here. We have Kalshi. Kalshi, a real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. Kalshi has a ton of trading options for your favorite sports, and Kalshi is giving away $1 billion for the perfect bracket. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Official rules do apply. See kalshi.com/billionaire-dollar-bracket for more information. And new Kalshi customers get $20 when they use promo code SGPN. That is Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And of course, Underdog has you covered for pick'em for almost every sport. They got their new increased payouts. 2 pick entries now pay 3.5 times, and 3 pick now pay 6.5 times. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with code HGP. Okay, down here to, it says 8:30 on DraftKings, but I'm pretty sure it's at 9:30. We have the Dallas Stars plus 130 at the Colorado Avalanche minus 155. Under 6.5 minus 135. Over 6.5 plus 114. Joel, how are you feeling about your Avs here?
They usually have a doubleheader on like ESPN or TNT, right,
Yeah,
on
like
Wednesdays.
NHL.com says a 9:30 start.
That would make sense if it's
Yeah. So
doubleheader.
I don't know why DraftKings says 8:30.
Weird. Yeah, love the Avalanche here. McKinnon's, he's once again a raging fuck, pissed off over losing another game. Well, the Avalanche totally outplayed the Penguins. A little of a luck box win there by Pittsburgh, but yeah, Avalanche are playing better now. Rantanen is still not back. I think he's getting closer, but he should still miss at least a couple games yet. And without him and Hintz, they are certainly more diminished than the Avalanche without Lekin and Landeskog. Yeah, the Stars lost the last one as well against the Mammoth. I didn't watch or look at the stats of that one at all, but it was on the Mammoth, so happy to see the result there. And although not for the division, because the Stars are kind of creeping up on the Avs with the 2 straight losses. So suddenly it's a contest again. I think the Stars were 9-1 now to win the division, somewhere around there. So they still have a chance, and they should win this one regulation to they'd be pretty close to tying the Avs, I think, at this point. I think they're 3 points back with one more game played, something like that.
I think that's what it is, yeah.
But for this game, Avalanche just beat them in the last one. And the fact that without Hintz and Rantanen there, yeah, it's the Avs. Avs for me in this one, minus 155. We'll do 20 bucks on that. I think they get them here in Denver. The Stars in the playoffs, though, they kind of own the Avs. So if you want to look ahead there, that's why I think the Stars is a better bet at this point in terms of the futures. Well, we could talk about that later. But for now, we'll just do Avs money line. Although I wouldn't be too sad if the Stars win this one in a regulation. The total, of course, we saw, what was it, 9-goal game, 7-goal game? I know it went to overtime, shootout.
Yeah, 5-4 in both the first two meetings. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that kind of scares me off that under, especially at minus 135. Yeah, if anything, over 6 would be the look. We'll take this over 6.5 there. 10 bucks at plus 114. Should get another high scoring affair here, especially with the Avs goaltending kind of gone to shit. Yeah, Wedgwood has not had a good couple games. Blackwood has not been good either lately. So yeah, let's get a high scoring game here in Denver with an Avs win.
Yeah, completely agree with you there on the over. Got 20 bucks on the over at over 6.5 plus 114. Yeah, just saw 11 goals and 9 goals, and 3 of them were on the power play. So Mikko Rantanen did practice today, but don't think he will be back for this one. Mikko Rantanen is still more than 10 days to two weeks away, according to the head coach.
I saw that a couple days ago, right?
It looks like that's from today on clutchpoints.com. It looks like he is from today after practice. He did practice today. I don't know. But he's not back for this one. That's all that matters for this. But I do still like the Stars. The Stars plus 130, 15 bucks there. Yeah, McKinnon was ranting about something after the game. Like, I don't know if not having Landeskog there.
He was saying like the new guys are not pulling their weight. Like,
is that what he said? Like,
yeah,
I saw something about how like there's just nothing going on. He said something about like the systems. I don't know if he was calling out Bednar. Like, I don't know what he was doing. He was probably just pissed off. Like, he's pissed off that they've lost now 3 of 4 to Edmonton, Winnipeg.
He's still pissed off over that
Pittsburgh.
gold medal miss. Yeah. That's what it is.
He's still pissed off. He got handed a fucking plushie when he on the ice there in Milan. But yeah, over here for 20 bucks, and then 15 bucks on the Stars plus 130. Just think this should be a closer line given how the Avs have been playing.
One thing semi-related, mostly off topic, the Avs Penguins game last night on Amazon. I know we don't like Amazon as a company, as a corporation, what it stands for and all that, but the Amazon hockey is phenomenal in terms of their broadcast, and especially, this is what I noticed last night, how close they are to the live odds. So because I usually have the live odds as I'm watching the game because I'm fucking nuts, but it was like 7 seconds behind, which is ridiculous. That's about as fast as watching Canucks game on cable. That's how close it was, and they're streaming this shit. So I don't know how they're doing it, but that's a good sign for things to come, I guess. Yeah, and the other streams as well are getting closer.
That's incredible. That's how it should be. It should be up to the second, like up to like a 10-second, if that.
Yeah, I'm watching DAZN, the Champions League today. It's like 35, 40 seconds behind the live odds. So yeah, they got some work to do there.
Yeah. Down to 8:30 again, which I think is 9:30. I don't know if DraftKings thinks I'm in the central time zone or daylight savings hasn't happened or whatever, but St. Louis Blues minus 115 at the Calgary Flames, minus 105. Over 5.5, minus 115. Under 5.5, minus 105. You glance at this game, you're like, okay, Blues, Flames, not watching it, not going to bet it. There's no point of even talking about this game. But I love the Blues. I love the Blues in this game. That's even before I realized the Malinsky angle here. Calgary
Mhm.
coming home from a 5-game road trip, just lost 5-2 in Detroit against a shorthanded team. St. Louis isn't that shorthanded. They still have Robert Thomas, still have Jordan Kyrou, still have Snuggerud going on. They've been better in net as well, with both Binnington and Hofer showing up. You can't say the same about Calgary here. So absolutely love the Blues here. Famous last words is betting a lot on the Blues, but I'm going 25 puck bucks on the Blues money line, minus 115, and then also 5 puck bucks on the puck line, plus 215. Just think they're the much better team. Calgary traded pieces without Huberdeau, traded Kadri, coming back from a long road trip. Everything just points to the Blues here.
Yeah, not a theft. I already bet this myself, but we'll just do 30 puck bucks on the money line. We'll skip the puck line because the Flames, they're just aching to cuck me again. Yeah, two of my favorite teams here, but yeah, I love St. Louis, as you do, for a lot of the same reasons. They're on fire still. They're playing with heart and tenacity, and they still have a lot of talent. Flames, I guess they still have some heart, but not a lot of skill left after Uyghur, Anderson, Kadri have all left, and they're just like filtering in young guys in and out of the lineup. So yeah, they're playing for the future. Blues are still playing for the present. Still a remote chance of making the playoffs with how miserable the Western Conference is at the middle of the pack. So yeah, love the Blues here. For all that, we'll stay away from the total, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this actually be a higher scoring one than over 5.5 would be my lean there, but we'll just stick with the Blues money line.
Right, down to 10 p.m. It's got this game at 10 p.m. Got the Philadelphia Flyers. Last game on the docket at the Anaheim Ducks, minus 155. Or Flyers plus 130. Ducks minus 155. Under 6.5, minus 120. Over 6.5 at plus 100. Flyers had 3 days off now after the home loss to Columbus in a shootout. I saw the Flyers are on like a historic pace for having like one of the lowest shooting teams like since they've been tracking it. Like Rick Takanaki is in full effect here in Philadelphia. Ducks coming back from a 4-game road trip out east. They did have 2 days off after a back-to-back in Ottawa and Montreal here. Unfortunately, I think I can really only look to the Flyers. They get up for these Ducks games. It's not in Philly, but I feel like they'll be equally amped for this one after all the dirty hits by the Ducks in the first meeting. I think these odds are a little bit too long. So give me just 10 puck bucks on the Flyers, plus 130. Not too confident, but I think this line is probably a bit too high. Probably looking at it with orange tinted glasses. But yeah, that's the way I'm going there. Would probably yeah, no play on the total. Flyers have been playing a bunch of low event hockey, as I talked about, but could see this one getting out of hand.
Yeah, no interest in this game whatsoever, betting or otherwise. Yeah, it's yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, the Ducks come back from that road trip. Hopefully they cool down a little bit. No Gudis. I don't know if he means that much to the lineup. I think John Carlson should be back or in the lineup for this one.
Yeah, he made his debut. Maybe one game he's played so far. Montreal, maybe. Montreal they played last.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. This game is means nothing to me. I'll be watching Lehigh and Prairie View on under 443.5, by the way, on that one. No, I got absolutely nothing here. I would say just the default Ducks over, but every time I watch the Flyers, just
it's so boring. It's so boring.
Yeah, even the Ducks may die and then Rick talking hockey. So no, nothing to bet in here.
Yeah. Right. That is the 6-game slate there on Wednesday, March 18th. Puck bucks up here on the screen at the about the 24-25 minute mark of the YouTube video. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment while you are there. Yeah, let's get into some team futures here. Where do you want to start with?
Well, not adding to the puck bucks, but from yesterday's show, just might as well add the fact that I did bet the Leafs today at plus 137, I guess that's because OEL is out now too. That's Islanders getting a ton of steam in the market. I just think it's too high considering the Leafs have been more competitive in the last few games. So yeah, they're certainly undermanned without Matthews and the guys that lost at the deadline. Now OEL likely, so I can understand the line movement. Matthew Schaefer's first game in Toronto. I think they're treating it like that anyway.
Yeah, well, he has like it says there's like 1,000 people. He's expecting 1,000 people for him there. His grandmother's seeing the first time of seeing him. So Matthew Schaefer props, according to Sean Matthew Schaefer Marciano here.
Right.
From the group chat.
Yeah, I guess I'm fading that narrative and going with the home team Leafs there. I just think it's too high now. Plus 137 for Toronto.
Yeah, that is getting a bit high. That's probably the only way I would look at the live odds here. Yeah, let's start here. Let's start here with that Eastern Conference futures we were talking about. We have the Lightning at plus 185, the Hurricanes plus 240, the Sabres at 10-1, the Senators at 16, Habs 17, Penguins 20, Red Wings 22, Blue Jackets 25, Islanders 25, then Bruins at 50. So it's really those 7-8 teams there that look like they could possibly make some noise. Lightning are rightful favorites. They're gonna probably if they lose that division and have to play, I don't know. Montreal's not a good playoff team though.
Yeah, you don't really get too much from winning the division in terms of the playoff path, right?
Yeah, no. I mean,
all those teams are kind of the same.
Yeah, and Tampa is 29-4 on the road, and 20-12 at home.
I'd rather play Montreal or Detroit than Ottawa. And Ottawa might finish in a wild card spot, and then Tampa or Buffalo would have to play them if they win the division. So I'd be scared of Ottawa myself.
Yeah, Montreal doesn't really scare me at all. I feel like I'm writing them off completely. Don't have the goaltending. I don't think Fowler. I mean, they can get hot. They can get hot in the playoffs. You've seen that happen, but don't think they have quite the grit to get there. Yeah, Sabres. I just don't know if UPL is UPL like going to be the guy that carries them.
Alex Lyon has been the guy lately. He's been playing phenomenally, and we saw that too a few years ago with him helping the Panthers get in there before he did not do too well in the playoffs. I think he got switched out for Bobrovsky then, and Bob saw him over the line against the Bruins, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, just side note, like when it shows a red there, that means the odds are coming down in the screen, the graphic.
I believe so. I believe that's how it works. Yeah.
So people betting the Hurricanes. Anyway, yeah, the Lightning, they are still deserved favorites. They have all the pedigree being a perennial playoff contender, despite being knocked out early. But they don't have to play the Leafs, who have had their number. They don't have to play the Panthers, who've had their number. So, in theory, it should be a lot easier path for them. But plus 185 now is just it's gone. I mean, I stopped betting them when they're plus 375 to win the East. So certainly not interested at plus 185. And the Hurricanes are a total right up there, especially only at plus 240. I'm not saying they can't win. They're still a very good team, and the East is a lot of unknowns there, but never in my life plus 240. No. And if they do make the Stanley Cup final, I'll put my life on the line that they won't win as long as it's not, I don't know, Edmonton or some bullshit team. But if it's a serious team like the Avs or Stars, and the Hurricanes get walked in the final. But Sabres there. You can still get 10-1 on the Sabres for the East. I think that's
850 is more like it. 850. Caesars tends to lag behind a little bit.
Gotcha. Well, even 850 I think is better than the Lightning and Hurricanes. Losing some value at the Sens all the way down at 16-1 now. Jackets are a little interesting. 25-1 is still not good enough for me. See, a lot of this stuff has been shaped up pretty accurately, although you just got to find your horse. Something like the Pens, which make actually some sense now that they're still hanging out there 20-1. They're pretty well locked into that Metro. I know they still have a tough schedule, but beating the Avs in Denver, that clears a lot of that up. We got Crosby back. Malkin's playing out of his mind. Carlson's having his best year as a Pen. Kindle is legit as another
Anthony Mantha has been incredible this season in Pittsburgh. He's having just a career year at like 30 years old, 31. I like him, Brazeau, like all these just big bodies that can definitely.
Not to jump ahead, but a lot of that has to do with the coaching. Dan Muse has got that
Well,
team.
yeah. Well, you can
firing.
you can bring it up now if you want to talk about. But I guess we'll go Jack Adams next. But like, so I want, if I'm backing one of these long shot teams, I want a goalie that can get hot. Like the Red Wings at 22-1 are interesting with John Gibson. But like, are they making the playoffs at this point? Like, if they get Larkin back and they have Patrick Kane, he can turn it on in the playoffs. Like, they have good defense, Mosider and guys. So 20-1, 22-1 on them is maybe interesting as a long shot. Sorokin for the Islanders, 25-1, maybe. But
these teams just aren't good at 5-5.
No, they're not. They're just not. And it's a matter of, if you're betting that, you're banking on the Lightning to shit the bed in a series or go up against the Sabres, who have had their number so far this season, like something like that, or banking on their injuries to pile up on them. But yeah, there is room here to pick a long shot here or two and run with them, because plus 185, honestly, it might be a fair price for the Lightning. Like they are that much better than everyone else in the East.
Well, according to Dom, it's a great price. He still has them at 33% chance to win the cup. Really? So to win the East is definitely some value there for the Bolts. I guess he just sees no, because if you look at his the other teams, I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but
I'm gonna pull it. But I'm surprised he doesn't like Carolina.
No, historically he has done, but maybe he's changed some things up. Plus, they're not as good as they were used to be in the regular season, even in terms of their analytical stuff. But yeah, he loves the Lightning, so that's encouraging, I guess. But I think he's out to lunch. They're having them at over 30% to win the whole thing.
I mean, if the Lightning are healthy, if you can, like, if they can withstand, like, but if Point gets hurt again, if Cirelli gets banged up, like, they're plus 450 to win the Stanley Cup. Like, I feel like I might just rather take that than the plus 185. Like, I know it's going to be a battle if it's the Avalanche or the Stars or maybe even the Wild, but I feel like if the Lightning make it to the Stanley Cup final, they have a pretty good chance of winning it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. I still like the West to win the cup this year, but it really depends on which team you get out of the West. If it's a Central team, especially Stars of the Avalanche, then I would like them against the Bolts. But if it's anyone else, then yeah, you're definitely looking at some value there. But like I've been saying for a while, it's all Avs and Stars in the West for me. So yeah, I can't back them to win the cup at plus 450 at this point.
Yeah, let's pull up the West odds here. See what those are at. As of now, we have the Avalanche plus 170, Yikes. Golden Knights 6-1, Stars 7-1, Oilers and Wild both 8-1, Mammoth 15, Ducks 18, and then Kings 30. Sharks 100-1 still.
The Ducks are 18-1.
I don't know if that is.
That's for the West.
For the West.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, for the West.
Still, that's pretty damn low, pretty damn short for the Ducks there. What are we having them? 400, 500,
something like that.
Right after the Stanley Cup. The cash out is so bad. I still don't have the full stake back yet.
Really? That's insane. That's insane.
So yeah, you can see why I don't love the cash out stuff in my books.
Yeah.
But yeah, the West is Avs are of course the rightful favorites. They have the easier path. Presuming they win the division, of course. They'll likely play the who are they likely to play? There's a bit of a mix there.
I mean, the second wild card could be the Kraken, could be the Sharks, Kings if they get in.
I'd be scared of the Mammoth a little more than the others, but
Mammoth are 5 points up on the second wild card now. Do have a few more games played, but I think the Mammoth keep that wild card one.
Probably. So yeah, the Avs should walk to the second round, a waste of 8 days, as Daryl Sutter famously put it, and then they'll have to play the Stars or the Wild. And I know my guy Thomas Drance was saying last week, I get to Shane Goldman, like Shane was like, "Oh, it's gonna be so awesome seeing the Avs versus the Wild or the Stars in the second round." And Drance was like, "I feel that they're just gonna commit a million penalties against the Avs, just constantly bully them because the Avs power play is so bad. They're just going to put everything on special teams. So Drance was like, I hope the Avalanche power play just finally takes off and starts punishing teams, because otherwise it could go that way where they just win by making the entirely a 5-on-4 kind of series. So yeah, Avs power play is looking a bit better, thankfully, but that's going to be the issue there in the second round. So yeah, that's the Avs look for me, and then whoever comes out of the Central, I think, is got a big step up over whoever comes out of the Pacific side of things. Maybe it's the Mammoth, so it's just Central versus Central. But yeah, it's the Knights got to figure things out. I think they're the only team that have the upside, really. I guess the Oilers too, because you have Draisaitl and McDavid, but their goaltending situation is so bad. Jari has been absolutely brutal.
Same thing with Vegas too. Like maybe Aiden Hill can find his form again, but I don't know. I don't trust Vegas at 6-1.
With goaltending, it's just so volatile. You just got to get hot. Like Aiden Hill was on fire when they won the Cup a few years ago, and so yeah, the Oilers a little bit more encouraging defensively the past couple of weeks. Their 5-5 numbers are a lot better now since the break, so maybe they have something cooking. But I don't know. I still can't trust them based on the full season sample size to take down one of the juggernauts in the Central.
Yeah, like looking at these teams for the Western Conference, like the Knights, I don't trust. The Stars, maybe, like depending on their path. Oilers don't like their goaltending, even though Connor Ingram has been better since coming up. Wild, they're have to play the Stars and the Avalanche most likely. That's really tough there at 8-1. Maybe the Mammoth if they get in the Pacific Division, like side of the bracket, and the other three teams beat each other up in the round there. But like, well, yeah, you got Vamelka like as the goalie there. Ducks, I could maybe see the Ducks with Lucas Dostal. You know, he's been incredible in tournament situations. But yeah, I guess I would have to, if I had to pick a team for the West right now, it would be Mammoth at 15-1 or Ducks are 18-1 or just Stars at 7-1. I really think the Stars. I think the Stars have a chance to win this division, and if they win this division, their odds should be at least half to what they are.
I think they beat the Wild there. They are notoriously bad in the first round, and the Stars have been a proven playoff team. I know they got a new coach in there, which actually historically helps teams with the new coach go on deeper playoff runs. And yeah, they're loaded offensively, defensively. They got all those ants back there now. Goaltending, of course, Ottinger's been up and down, but when he's on, he's on. And yeah, the Wild, Gus hasn't been as good in the playoffs as he is in the regular season, so that's something to note as well. So yeah, I think the Stars beat the Wild, and then they'll likely play the Avs. But yeah, 7-1 there, I think is still the best bet on the board. For the Mammoth, I do like them against the Pacific, but for them, it's more of a bet them series by series kind of thing.
I could see them being decent favorites in some series. So that's
no against the Knights. If it's the Ducks, sure.
It depends who wins. Well, it depends who wins the division. There, we're going to division the odds here after the break. We are brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is your official data tool for dominating the madness of college hoops. Rhythm generates brackets you can use for any contest. Last year, a Rhythm user went 25-2 in his bracket thanks to Rhythm's model. Looking to go premium, use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. And we're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. At Novig, you are getting the best prices. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. And the SGPN merch store, 15% off everything in the merch store using promo code MARCH. So talking Stars 7-1 to win the West. I like that path does make sense, but like I'm almost rather bet them to win the Central at 9-1, 11-1 here at FanDuel. You get your money back quicker. I feel like, and that's kind of packaged together with the West odds. If they win the Central, their West odds are going to go down a lot. But I mean, this is all a moot point if the Avs win tomorrow.
Yeah, well, you like the Stars tomorrow, so now would be the opportune time for you, for example, to bet the Stars division.
And then even at that point, I mean, Stars President's Trophy is 12-1. Like that's I feel like
12 to
whoever
1. That's it.
well plus 900 at other books, 12 to 1 at Caesars, 9 to 1 elsewhere. So like that doesn't really make sense that the division is or divisions 9 to 1, 11 to 1 on
Right.
there.
So Hurricanes are still way up there too in terms of the
Yeah,
point
Hurricanes have
total.
90 points, Stars have 94, Avs have
Oh,
97.
so I guess it is just the winner of this division
Yeah,
wins the
pretty much.
presidents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Avalanche have an easier schedule going forward. They play the Flames 3 times, so there's an automatic 6 points. Stars have a tougher run in, and their injuries are more crucial. Although, I mean, Hintz he's not even on the radar of him coming back.
No, they're hoping he's back for the playoffs. Like that's another factor in for the Western Conference. Like Hintz might be back for the playoffs. Rantanen probably back, but not 100%. And yeah, Avalanche have the third easiest schedule left. They have 2 against the Stars and 1 against Pittsburgh as their hardest opponents. And the Stars have the 4th hardest schedule. They have two against the Avs, 2 against the Wild, got the Sabres, got the Penguins, got the Bruins, got the Islanders.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Forget Stars futures here. Forget Stars futures.
Well, the Western Conference is still good because I figured they're gonna finish second there, and then.
Well, but at this point, you can probably wait for them and get longer odds before the playoffs. Like if they finish second in division,
no, they're already coming down.
If they're definitely playing the Wild in the first round, I think their odds are going to stay the same, if not get longer.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Well, we can have a bet, I guess. I bet
a conditional side bet, like if the Stars. Betting on what the Stars' price is. Going over to the Pacific Division, you got the Golden Knights plus 150, plus 130 at some books. You got the Ducks plus 130, plus 155. You got the Oilers around 7 to 1. That's a good price out there. I got plus 550 and 4 to 1. And then there's the Sharks at 20 to 1, 28 to 1 out there. Do you have any strong take in the Pacific?
Well, I'm just riding up my Knight stuff. I hope the Ducks come back to earth, and I hope the Knights keep it going. They got 2 wins in a row finally now that Mark Stone is back. But at the current odds, I think I ran out the Oilers, though. I know they're playing better. I just said that. But without Draisaitl, McDavid's already playing a ton, so you can't ask him to do fucking everything.
Yeah.
The power play is going to take a hit, presumably. Goaltending is still an issue. Better deep team defense, but yeah, they're too far. But they got the most games played. They're 3 points back, right, of the Ducks. 2 of the Knights, if I remember right.
They are 1 of the Knights, 2 of the Ducks, with 1 more game played on both.
That's it. Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was all right. Maybe the Oilers aren't completely dead yet. Still won't bet them, but I don't know if there's a bet to be made this far. I know we took some Sharks long shot there. Maybe 28 to 1 is excuse me, is a decent luck considering the fact that they have the easiest schedule of all these teams, other than the Kings.
I mean, no, easiest schedule. You got the Kings, the Ducks, the Avs, the Sharks, the Mammoth, and then Vegas and then Edmonton. Like
so the Ducks have an easier schedule.
Ducks have to play the Sabres and Wild, or their 2 hardest teams. Still 2 against the Canucks and 2 against the Flames for the Ducks.
Wow. Okay. I might have to just bail on some Knights because that is a joke of a schedule. If they have an easier schedule than the Sharks, I did not know that. Yeah. I told Quenneville's odds have come down significantly too for the Adams, by the way.
I bet. Yeah.
Don't think he wins, but just something to note. But yeah, for this one, I guess tonight's going to mean a lot because the Knights play the Sabres. If the Knights are for real, they beat the Sabres, and I've got more confidence back. But yeah, I also bet the Sabres tonight because I don't have that kind of faith. So that's why I'm wavering here. And maybe the bet is just the Ducks at plus 155, considering their easy schedule and how well they've been playing. Yeah, they're not fading anytime soon.
Yeah, Sharks and Ducks still have 2 head-to-head. I mean, Sharks can't really. I don't think the Sharks can win this division. They're 7 points back of them, but 2 games in hand. If they win both of those head-to-heads, that is a big swing. But yeah, they're 28 to 1 for a reason. Writing off the Oilers, yeah, it might be time to take some Ducks there with the lead. But I don't know, Knights with Stone back, maybe there is something to that.
Do they play the Ducks? How many times do they play the Ducks?
The Knights do not play the Ducks again.
Oh, I don't like
The
that.
Knights still play the Avs. The Knights still play the Stars and still play the Sabres.
Nothing with the Oilers. Do you see?
Oilers play the Avs, Lightning, and Ducks as their 300.
Not. I mean, with the Knights.
No head-to-heads there.
That's a good thing. So yeah, I guess it's Ducks or nothing here, but no edge for me.
Yeah. All right, where do you want to go next here? You want to go touch on Jack Adams real quick?
Rapid fire the awards, I guess.
Yeah, that works. Hart Trophy. You want to talk Atlantic? Is it worth talking the this Sabres
we
versus...
talk about every fucking show with my bitching and moaning with the Lightning fading.
That's true. Hart Trophy, McKinnon -200, Celebrini +340, Kucherov +550, and McDavid 9-1. Austin Matthews is still there at 18-1 for some reason on odds checker. So let's just minimize that. Get those four here. Is McDavid 9-1 a small play at this point? Like Celebrini it's still Celebrini +340 is too long compared to this.
Well, it's like the Norris now. Things have sharpened up.
Like,
we were talking when Celebrini was 8, 9, 10-1. That was the bet. When Kucherov was 50, 7,500-1, that was the bet. But now that they're both, plus 300, plus 500, those are fair prices. In fact, probably a little bit too short, especially for Kucherov. But yeah, never McDavid. Honestly, McKinnon -200 is not spicy, but 66% chance. I think he's got a better chance than that to win this thing.
Yeah, same.
So, I mean, McKinnon parlays. That's the only thing I could see at the board at the moment. Yeah, I mean, we love Celebrini at double those odds, but now.
Yeah, I mean, Celebrini's still triple what the Sharks are to make the playoffs. Sharks +110 to make the playoffs. Celebrini at +340. Kucherov probably is the bet, as you said, +550. Lightning are -120 to win that division. If he has another.
I said that was the bet.
Well, you said Kucherov. It might be getting a little bit too long right now.
No, too short.
Too short. You think Kucherov is done?
Well, again, I'm biased. Having watched every freaking Lightning game for 2 months now. He has these moments of brilliance and he's doing everything he can, but the narrative behind Celebrini and what McKinnon is doing with the Avalanche this great season they're having, and the fact that he's still not beloved by media members is all there. So he's got to really pick up the pace. I'm not saying he's dead. Like Archer thinks he's just dead. It's totally wrong. Like he can still win this thing, but he's going to need to finish with a flourish to have a chance. But I just went back him at +550 to do that, considering the Titans there, the max ahead of him.
Yeah, he's 4 points back on McKinnon, 8 back on McDavid, and 11 up on Celebrini there. So, I mean, I don't know if he can make up the 8 points on McDavid, especially with maybe McDavid fades now without Draisaitl. Maybe teams just focus in.
The Oilers have very different paths here. Like they can explode now. They can take some momentum from this, and McDavid can carry them, or they could just die. Like those things are both very possible.
Yeah, it's interesting to see there. All right, let's go over to the Norris Trophy. Here is we have Cale Makar should be the favorite still, I believe. At we got Werenski here at +110, Makar +150, and then Bouchard at +950. Adam Fox apparently hanging around according to Oddschecker here at 18-1. Then Quinn Hughes 28-1, and Lane Hudson is out of it. My boy Lane did not have the finish that I'd hoped for.
Yeah, and I would say Quinn Hughes is still a good bet there, 28-1, but the Wild have not played elite hockey. At least they haven't won these games. He's got like an assist every game, which is ridiculous, and he still plays a ton of hockey. But he seems destined to be a finalist at this point. And yeah, it seems. I mean, now that the Blue Jackets are over -$2 to make the playoffs, Werenski's getting a lot of love now again. As the Blue Jackets keep riding the bonus bump, and Makar we had a lot of hope coming after the break because he was playing really well, and he still is playing pretty well, but he's not getting the production that we hoped for. So yeah, once again, it looks like a 2-horse race between Zach and Cale, and honestly, at this point, I just keep going back to the fact that during the Olympic break, Greg Wyshynski said that Zach Greinke is probably going to win the Norris. Those are his exact words. And he's the curator of all the awards watches and all that. He knows better than anyone the minds and the moods of the voters. So I keep going back to that. And yeah, so if you have too much Makar, looking at you, Archer, then you protect yourself with some Werenski there, plus 110 now that the Blue Jackets are heavy favorites to make the playoffs. Because, yeah, again, like they're much like the Sharks and Celebrini, the Blue Jackets and Werenski making the playoffs are closely tied together, considering the fact he's likely going to finish with better stats than Makar, at least in terms of the basic counting ones.
Yeah, it does seem like Werenski is the best bet and probably worth a bet for people. Like I know some people don't like having their money tied up for 3 months here, but getting plus odds on Werenski when they are minus 200 to make the playoffs. You still have Bouchard taking up a little bit of the equity there, keeping Werenski at plus odds. I think that goes away as the Oilers have to open things up more. Maybe he keeps getting points, but he keeps also getting scored against. Yeah, I don't have a ton of Werenski, so I'm still hoping for Makar or one of these long shots, but Werenski does seem like the guy there. If you can get him at plus odds, I would still do it. If you get Makar, if he goes up to around 2-1 again, I feel like that's probably worth a look, but I think it is Werenski here at around even money.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty tight. There's no massive edge here like there was when Bouchard was second favorite on the board.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a slight lean there for Werenski at this point.
Yeah. Should we bother looking at Vezina or just want to go straight to Jack Adams?
I don't know shit about the Vezina, really.
Right.
I mean,
I don't either.
Sorokin's falling off. SFC needs to win some games, but I think it's still either one of those guys.
Yeah. Jack Adams here. Lindy Ruff minus 260. John Cooper plus 450. Dan Muse down to 20-1. Bednar 40 and Quenneville 40-1. Rick Bonus 55, McClellan 55, and Ryan Warsofsky in San Jose still at 80-1 there.
Yeah, I mean,
Glenn Gulutzin 80-1 too. If the Stars can win the division, without Hintz, without Rantanen, like,
I guess, but yeah, I mean, no, wait, there's too much love going around at the top of the board. Cooper's got all that love. Ruff, with the Sabres making the playoffs after all this time. Dan Muse doing what he's doing with the Penguins. Even Bednar, Colorado, how dominant they've been all season long. And Quenneville, I mean, he's not going to get it because of the people don't like him for the Chicago stuff. Fair enough and all that, but I think that he should be minus 260, to be honest, if you take all that away, considering what he's done with the Ducks, considering the upgrade from Greg Cronin to Joel Quenneville is about as big of an upgrade in coaching you can get in the NHL. But yeah, you could just write him off. But Dan Muse there, 20-1, I think is still a good look. Cooper plus 450. I just don't like Lindy Ruff hanging out there minus 260. It's just it's like priced in like he's winning the award. And nobody, even now, when they're in top of the division, they're still not talking like, oh, Lindy Ruff, what a great coaching job. He's going to win Jack Adams. I still don't hear that. It's just the market that's really bullish on him. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you can't get a ton of money on this down. So I guess it's like you have to hope that it's just like the soft market where you can keep attacking him. And I aim to do that. So, yeah, the Cooper Muse, my guys, for months now. I think those are still the two best bets on the board. And hopefully the Sabres finally lose some games, man. Like, it's ridiculous what they've done. And yeah, I mean, to his credit, they have been a great team since the new GM took over. They finally figured things out. They got healthy. Goaltending came around. Their shooting percentage went way up. So all these things working in his favor. And if he finishes the season like he has the last 2 months, the Sabres do, then yeah, I guess he just wins. But at minus 60, I think that's a terrible bet.
Yeah, no, I have to apologize to Catfish Jilly because Dan Muse. I mean, Dan Muse deserves some love for the Jack Adams now. And I feel like he could definitely get it. Penguins make the playoffs. Crosby misses most of the final month and a half of the season. I feel like Dan Muse should be. I mean, his odds have already shortened a little bit. 20-1 here, apparently at FanDuel, 10-1 at DraftKings. Like, their preseason point total was 76.5. Like the Sabres and Ducks were both in the mid 80s. Like, he has done the best coaching job Dan Muse has. Like, that's just where it is.
Yeah, I mean, I bet a lot of under 78.5, and I was feeling really good about that one.
Yep.
It's okay. Dan Muse is going to make up for it.
Yeah. All right. Anything else here you want to touch on before we close it out, or before we get into your college basketball stuff?
Oh, I might as well just get into that.
Right.
Awards are pretty well done. Yeah, I'll just rip through the regionals, I guess, and do it that way. Of course, past couple months, been betting Duke. Really like them. They fit the profile of a winner. Great on the road. Great tournament looking team. They just won the tournament against Virginia, who are themselves pretty good, pretty solid team. So that's encouraging. Doing that without their starting point guard as well, which is why, well, the loss of that point guard, Foster, I think his name is the concern for my Duke stuff. But I still think that they are a realistic chance to win. I just don't know if they're the best bet on the board at this point. So I shifted to Arizona. Bill Self, I believe, is the name of the coach there. He's not been a great tournament coach, so that's usually how I handicap this stuff in terms of finding the winner of the NCAA tournament. But he has a hell of a team this year, and they do have a fairly easy regional there. So I bet Arizona to win the region, make the Final Four, and of course to win the whole thing at plus 450. Also parlayed in with Gavin McKenna to go first overall. I think that those odds are going to keep ballooning upwards as the draft nicks change their minds about him. But that's for another conversation. So yeah, Arizona in that one, and Gonzaga, I mentioned a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, 14-1. They're down at plus 650. I still think that's the second best in that division, the West Regional. Purdue are on their side of the brackets, and we all know about Purdue and their historic choking. So yeah, really hoping for an Arizona Gonzaga final in the West. I mentioned the East, I guess Duke. I keep speaking of coaches. I keep going back to UConn. Dave Hurley.
Wait, what do you have against 60-1? You said 65-1 at Gonzaga?
Not to win the whole thing. This is for the region.
For the region, okay. For the region.
Yeah, 14-1 for the region, and the current odds around 7-1, 650 for the region. I still think that's not terrible. We like the coach there, and they do have a more defensive team this year, and I think that they can create problems for Purdue. But yeah, so hoping for an Arizona Gonzaga Elite Eight matchup. Yes. And yeah, so back to the East, and Duke, we got a little bit of them at plus money, but like I said, not too encouraged by their health at the moment. But praying they came through, but I don't know if that's a great bet now, minus 135 or so. I keep going back to UConn, like I said, with Dave Hurley and what he's been able to do in the tournaments prior. But yeah, they got smoked by St. John's, the Johnnies. And I took some at 13, 10, 11-1, I think it was, for them to win the region. St. John's, that is. So, yeah. And I bet you Connecticut 28-1, just because they've done me well in the past, winning 2 years in a row. And yeah, that's like a loyalty bet at this point, I guess. But that's the East. Moving down to the South. This one is interesting. Florida, once again, like they ruined me last year, and we're hoping they don't do the same again because we are fading them again. South is they got Florida and Houston as the two significant favorites. Houston are always in the mix towards the end, but they never quite cross the line, despite having a significant lead against Florida in the final last year. Couldn't get it done, but I do like them to beat Florida in this one. But I think the better bets are on well, I took Illinois and Vanderbilt. Illinois at 375, Vanderbilt at 12-1. And hoping that they come through. And then Houston, I bet them just to cover the stakes of those bets, because I really don't want Florida, and I really don't like Florida to win this regional, considering the fact that their guard play is better than it was at the beginning of the season, but I don't think it's still good enough to go on a really big run. So I think that their odds are not so good at this point, plus 160 or so. And yeah, they got smoked by Vanderbilt themselves. I think they lost to them twice in the SEC this year. So yeah, not Florida lovers here. Fuck you, Dilly. Finally, we have the what is the final one? The Midwest. This one, not as interesting. I just bet Iowa State. Very good defensive team at plus 375. They are plus 245. That's not nearly as interesting at those odds. But yeah, if you find 3-1 or better, Iowa State I think is good. Michigan, we have a nice bet on them in a round robin early in the season. But I don't think that they win the whole thing ultimately. And our friend Colt 45 hates them to win the whole thing, and he's pretty sharp when it comes to college basketball. Yeah, and they just don't have the defensive prowess, I think, to carry them all the way. But yeah, I think Iowa State are the best bet in the Midwest. So yeah, to sum up, it's going to be chalk, as you can tell by a lot of these bets. So there's a nice prop bet I bet under 9.5. The sum of the seeds to make the Final Four. So I think it was going to be a bunch of 1s, 2s. Even if you get a stinky 5 in there, you could still win that bet. Yeah. If you get 1s and 2s otherwise. But yeah, so I think it's going to be chalky again, hopefully for our sake. And yeah, just pick your horse. Arizona, I think, is the best one at the moment. But yeah, fuck Florida. Fuck Houston in terms of winning the whole thing. And yeah, that's what we're going to war with. Houston or Arizona and Duke.
Yeah, couldn't have said all that better myself. Thanks for taking care of that, Joel.
Well, what do you got for the World Baseball Classic, Ryan?
Oh, tonight I got USA in a blowout. USA in a blowout against Venezuela. About in an hour. Team USA wearing game worn Team USA jerseys from the gold medal game as they're walking in there. So
I heard about that. Austin Matthews stuff. I think somebody's wearing Austin Matthews something.
Yeah, I think they're saving. Was he the captain? They're saving the captain for Captain Aaron Judge there. So
that's what it is. Oh yeah, that's great because they're like the same person.
Great in the regular season, disappear in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly there. So yeah, USA by margin tonight in my play there. I hope maybe I'll have some more college basketball takes. I do have to write some college basketball this week for Sports Illustrated, so we'll see there. But that could have been a Chalk and Chaos episode. Like Archer could have had you on. Smitty's pretty sharp as well. Have Colt on. Like maybe we'll do that like the Sweet 16 or something. But
yeah, because they're all gonna win in the it's round of 64, round of 32. I mean, I hope so. It'd be a pretty fucking shocking upset if they didn't. So the odds shouldn't change dramatically. So this stuff should be green for another week or so.
Yeah, this is good. All right, we will be back tomorrow, most likely. A late show tomorrow. You work tomorrow?
Yes, I do. Finally.
All right, late show tomorrow, probably around 10:30 o'clock Eastern time there. 11 game slate on Thursday. We'll get into. We'll see what Archer thinks about the futures there as well. Any closing thoughts, or should I close it out?
Close it out.
All right, I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsob.
And I'm Joel Meyer. You'll find me looking for a glass of water because my throat is parched after